Welcome to the darkest corners of American history. In this video, we'll explore 10 of the most terrifying haunted houses that you can actually visit. These aren't fictional tales designed to frighten. These are real locations with documented tragedies, unexplained phenomena, and persistent hauntings that continue to this day. From brutal murders to tortured souls, each of these destinations offers visitors a chance to confront the supernatural face to face. Are you brave enough to walk through these doorways? Let's begin our journey into the paranormal. Our first destination is the infamous Villisca Axe Murder House in Iowa. On June 10, 1912, 8 people, including 6 children, were brutally murdered in their sleep with an axe. The killer was never identified. Visitors today report hearing children's voices, objects moving on their own, and doors opening and closing. Some claim to have been physically touched or pushed while spending the night. One paranormal investigator was so disturbed by his experience that he attempted to harm himself with a knife while staying overnight. Psychics who visited believe the house holds the spirits of both the victims and their murderer. The children's bedroom, where 4 young victims were killed, is said to be particularly active, with visitors reporting the sounds of children crying and playing. The Myrtles Plantation in Louisiana has been called one of America's most haunted homes. Built in 1796, this antebellum mansion has witnessed numerous tragedies. The most famous ghost is Chloe, a former slave who allegedly poisoned the plantation owner's family. Visitors frequently report seeing Chloe wearing a green turban wandering the grounds. Other phenomena include a piano that plays by itself, disappearing objects, and beds that shake violently in the night. Perhaps most chilling is the infamous mirror in the main hallway, said to contain the trapped spirits of Sarah Woodruff and her children. Guests often photograph unexplained handprints appearing on the glass and faces that weren't present when the photo was taken. Over a dozen deaths have occurred on the property, and many believe these souls remain restless. The Winchester Mystery House in San Jose stands as a monument to one woman's fear of vengeful spirits. After losing her husband and infant daughter, Sarah Winchester consulted a medium who warned that her family was cursed by the spirits of those killed by Winchester rifles. To appease these ghosts, she began an around-the-clock construction project that lasted 38 years. The result is a labyrinthine mansion with 160 rooms, staircases leading nowhere, doors opening to blank walls, and windows overlooking other rooms. Sarah believed this continuous building would confuse evil spirits and keep her safe. Today, visitors report cold spots, whispers, and being touched by unseen hands. Maintenance workers refuse to work alone, reporting tools that disappear only to reappear elsewhere. The most active areas include the seance room, where Sarah communicated with spirits, and the basement, where employees often quit after experiencing terrifying encounters. Across the Atlantic in Ireland stands Leap Castle, widely considered the world's most haunted castle. Built in the 13th century, it has witnessed centuries of bloody conflict. During renovations in the 1900s, workers discovered an oubliette, a secret dungeon, filled with human skeletons impaled on spikes. The castle's most terrifying entity is known as the Elemental, a primitive, non-human spirit that manifests as a decomposing corpse with a rotting stench. Former owner Mildred Darby described encountering it in 1909, writing of its sheep-like face, black holes for eyes, and the smell of sulfur and decay. The Red Lady, a ghost wielding a dagger who was supposedly murdered in the castle, is also frequently seen. The Chapel of Elemental on the top floor, where members of a rival clan were massacred during a religious service, remains the most active area, with visitors reporting overwhelming feelings of dread and nausea. The Trans-Allegheny Lunatic Asylum in West Virginia operated from 1864 to 1994. Built to house 250 patients, it became severely overcrowded with 2,400 patients in the 1950s. The inhumane conditions and experimental treatments resulted in countless deaths. Among the most frequently encountered spirits is a young girl named Lily, who died of pneumonia while confined there. Visitors often report seeing her playing with a ball in the children's ward. The violent ward on the fourth floor is particularly active, with reports of screams, physical pushing, and shadow figures. During a 2008 paranormal investigation, equipment recorded a voice saying, "Help us and get out." Former nurses have admitted returning to the asylum after its closure, claiming they can still hear their names being called by former patients. The asylum offers ghost tours, with many participants reporting inexplicable scratches and bruises appearing on their bodies during visits. The Stanley Hotel in Colorado gained eternal fame as Stephen King's inspiration for The Shining, after he and his wife spent one night in room 217. The hotel's original owners, F.O. and Flora Stanley, are said to still roam the premises. F.O. has been spotted in the lobby and bar, while Flora's piano playing echoes through the corridors at night. The fourth floor, once housing staff, experiences the most paranormal activity. Children's laughter and running footsteps are common, particularly near rooms 401 and 418. Room 217, where King stayed, is notorious for unpacked luggage being mysteriously rearranged. In 1911, housekeeper Elizabeth Wilson was severely injured in an explosion in that room and is believed to still maintain her duties in death. The grand staircase is known for producing photographic anomalies, while the concert hall has captured EVPs of Flora playing her piano. The hotel embraces its haunted reputation, offering ghost tours and paranormal investigations for brave guests. The Whaley House in San Diego has earned the title of the most haunted house in America from the Travel Channel. Built in 1857 by Thomas Whaley on the former site of public gallows, the house was plagued by tragedy from the beginning. Visitors most frequently encounter the spirit of Yankee Jim Robinson, who was hanged on the property before the house was built. Staff and guests report hearing heavy footsteps throughout the house. The Whaley family themselves experienced numerous tragedies. Their young son Thomas Jr. died of scarlet fever at 18 months, and daughter Violet committed suicide after a painful divorce. Both children are said to remain in the house, with Thomas's laughter and Violet's perfume often detected in their former rooms. Security guards have reported seeing Thomas Whaley himself descending the staircase at night, while his wife Anna has been seen in the downstairs rooms. The original courthouse within the building is particularly active, with phantom jury voices and gavel pounds frequently heard. Eastern State Penitentiary in Philadelphia was revolutionary when it opened in 1829, but its innovative design of complete isolation led to severe psychological torture for inmates. The prison's Gothic architecture and crumbling cell blocks create a chilling backdrop for the otherworldly activity reported there. In Cell Block 12, visitors frequently report ghostly laughter and weeping. Cell Block 6 is known for shadowy figures that dart away when approached. Perhaps most disturbing is Cell Block 4, where many report seeing a guard's silhouette in the watchtower, despite that area being off-limits and empty. During its operation, numerous inmates died from disease, suicide, and murder, including the infamous bank robber Willie Sutton, who tried escaping through a tunnel. Locksmith Gary Johnson reported his most terrifying experience in 1990, when he was suddenly overcome by a force that froze him in place while ghostly faces emerged from the walls of Cell Block 4. Today, the prison operates as a historic site and offers night tours, where visitors regularly capture orbs, EVPs, and unexplainable cold spots in photographs. The Lalaurie Mansion in New Orleans holds one of American history's most disturbing secrets. In the 1830s, socialite Delphine Lalaurie maintained a respected position in society while secretly torturing and experimenting on her slaves. The truth was revealed only when a fire broke out in 1834, leading firefighters to discover slaves chained to walls, mutilated, and subjected to grotesque surgical experiments. Lalaurie fled to France before she could face justice. Today, the mansion is considered the most haunted location in the French Quarter. Residents and visitors report hearing screams and moaning coming from the upper floors where the atrocities took place. The ghost of a young slave girl who jumped to her death while fleeing Lalaurie has been seen falling from the roof repeatedly. Previous owners have abandoned the property after experiencing terrifying phenomena, including furniture moving on its own and bloodstains reappearing on floors despite cleaning. Actor Nicolas Cage briefly owned the property before financial troubles forced him to sell. Some speculate the house's dark energy contributed to his misfortunes. The Lizzie Borden house in Fall River, Massachusetts, was the site of one of America's most notorious unsolved murder cases. On August 4, 1892, Andrew and Abby Borden were brutally killed with an axe, Andrew receiving 11 blows and Abby 19. Though acquitted in court, Andrew's daughter Lizzie remained the prime suspect. Today, the house operates as a bed and breakfast, allowing guests to sleep in the very rooms where the murders occurred. Visitors report extreme temperature fluctuations, particularly in the room where Abby was killed. Objects disappear and reappear inexplicably. Guests have awakened to see apparitions of a woman in Victorian clothing standing at the foot of their beds. The maid's room, where the traumatized maid, Bridget Sullivan, stayed, is particularly active. Guests report feeling watched and having their bed covers pulled off during the night. EVP recordings have captured a woman's voice saying "get out" and whispering the name Lizzie. Perhaps most disturbing, multiple guests in Andrew Borden's room have reported waking at 3:20 a.m., the estimated time of his murder, to find a male apparition standing over them. These 10 locations represent just a fraction of the haunted destinations accessible to those brave enough to confront the paranormal. Each site carries genuine historical trauma that seems to have left an imprint on our world. Whether you're a skeptic or believer, these locations offer a unique opportunity to connect with the mysteries that lie beyond our understanding. Have you visited any of these haunted houses? Or do you know of other locations with frightening histories? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this journey into the paranormal, be sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more explorations of the unexplained. Until next time, remember that sometimes the most terrifying stories are the ones that actually happened.